I was overweight from puberty up till after I had my first baby. And that is when I hit that obstacle and I said, I can't do this anymore. I've got to solve this. And I want you to step into that space with me so that you can solve weight for yourself as well. Welcome back. I'm Dr. Andrea Christian Parks, and welcome to my channel. We are now in week 2 of what we need for permanent weight loss. You ready? Last week, we talked about the hero's journey. We talked about you being the hero of your weight loss story and how that is absolutely possible. You can get to the goal of permanent weight loss. You can lose your weight and stay there instead of yo-yoing up and down the scale. I don't teach diets for that reason. And you can do any eating plan you want with me. You can do veganism, you can do plant-based, you can do keto, you can do all of it. You can do any of it you want. But the truth is, your plan has got to be your plan. And that's what we're talking about this week. What is your plan? Now, when we talked about the hero's journey last week, we talked about some characters who were the heroes of their journey, some powerful women who went out and conquered and accomplished and met the goal that they set in front of them. And for so many of us, we are in this place where we think, this weight loss thing, I think this is the thing. Like, this is the thing I can't conquer. I can't solve this. This is the one that's going to defeat me. I can do, and so many of you are incredibly accomplished, powerful women, killing it in all kinds of aspects of your life. You are running your house, raising kids, running around, managing people, doing things at work. You got terminal degrees. You are a professional. You have been just knocking down obstacle after obstacle after obstacle in your life. Why is weight loss the thing that you think is going to defeat you? It doesn't have to. And I'm telling you that because I did it myself. I'm not just out here teaching, oh, I'm a doctor, I'm a coach, I'm gonna teach you all the things. No, sis. I was overweight from puberty up till after I had my first baby. And that is when I hit that obstacle and I said, I can't do this anymore. Got to solve this. And I want you to step into that space with me so that you can solve weight for yourself as well. So what are we doing? Before we go forward, I want a couple things. I need you to hit that subscribe button. Do not miss that. I want my stuff to come up for you on your YouTube channel so that you can keep watching, keep getting inspired, keep moving forward. Hit your notifications so that when the new video comes out once a week, boom, in your little notifications immediately. And share and like. You share, you do that stuff. It actually helps other people like you get what they need to. So be generous, like and share. Okay, let's talk about this plan. I want to talk about one of the characters that I talked about last week. We talked about Tina Turner. We talked about Shuri in Wakanda Forever. We talked about Moana. You know, another one I left out, Celie in The Color Purple. The power and the challenge facing her. Not just the abuse, not just the awful situation she was in, but the mental block she had. Girl, the mental shackles she was under. I find like so many of us are in that place when it comes to weight loss. We really think, my family's overweight. I've been this weight for so many years. No matter what I do, I just keep gaining. The mental blocks and shackles that we carry around weight, not unlike Celie, okay? But she solved it, and you can too. So, who are we gonna talk about this week? We're gonna talk about getting a plan. Why do we have to have a plan? A lot of times we go from two extremes. We go from super rigid, hectic, like somebody created some plan, like the Daniel fast. And I no shade on the Daniel fast. I don't have any problem with fasting. I don't have any problem with going strict, raw vegan for a period of time, doing whatever you want to do. That's fine. But that falls into the category of a diet. And a diet, by definition, is temporary. And because we are not going for temporary, we're going for permanent, a diet is not the answer, okay? So a lot of times we think the only way to succeed is to do a diet. So we either go from the extreme of a very strict diet that regulates every bite we eat, every day, on and on and on and on and on, or we go to the other extreme and we go, but I just want to eat whatever I want to eat, whenever I want to eat it. And it's just not fair. There are people who eat, Burger King and Taco Bell, and they come to the parties and they just fill up their plate and they eat all this stuff and they stay skinny. I don't see why I can't. Too far to one side, too far to the other. And those two extremes are not sustainable. The one over here where we're doing the super strict diet, can't sustain it. Nobody wants to live like that. The doing whatever you want, whenever you want, eating all the things, just free for all, just makes you gain weight. So that's not sustainable either, because that goes against what you really want. So you need a plan, and you need a doable plan, and you don't have to have the answer for every single aspect of the plan before you get started. Let me give you the example. Let's talk about Moana. Look, that is my girl. That's my girl. She was trying to save her island, right? She doesn't know even how to sail a ship. Like, hadn't seen one. Never supposed to go past the reef. But then finds out from her grandmother that that's her legacy. Now remember that, legacy. Because we all have a legacy. It's very, very important to remember. We didn't just get here with nobody helping us get here behind us, right? I didn't get through medical school, business school, residency, all of the barriers and obstacles and challenges and things that came before that and after that on my own. I had support, I had help, I had examples, I had inspiration, I had all of that. But I also had a plan of what I was trying to accomplish. Moana definitely had a plan. She knows her island is dying. She's got to get out there and solve it. Her dad says no. She knows this is possible, even though he doesn't believe it, and he's afraid of what she wants to do, and she goes. That girl was bold, right? She got in a ship, not a small one, but she got in the sailboat and she crossed over and went. And she had a whole plan. Remember the plan? It was she kept saying it. I will find, what was his name? Oh, Maui, the demigod. I'm going to find Maui. I will make him take the heart of Te Fiti and restore, we will sail across the ocean and restore the heart of Te Fiti so that we can stop the degradation and the destruction of our islands. She had a plan. Did she know exactly how that was going to work out? Did she know how she was going to find Maui? Did she know all the details of how to take the heart, where the heart was, how to get the heart, how to put it back and restore the heart to Te Fiti? She didn't know any of that, but she knew what she needed to do. That's the same thing that you need to do. You need a plan, a basic plan. You're not going to know every obstacle, every challenge, every detail along the way, but that doesn't have to stop you. If you've been watching my stuff, you know a couple of major things I teach. And these are the guidelines, some boundaries around your plan. Like I said, you can pick any eating style you like, what you feel best with. But you have to have some sort of a plan. Okay, so how does that relate? Well, the guidelines that I teach and I work with my clients on, some very basic things. The only reason you eat is because you are physically hungry. That's one boundary. If your brain really is asking for food when you are not physically hungry, that is a hard stop. That's a no. We don't eat for that. Now, we got to solve for those instances, and that's some of the obstacles that we don't know which ones we're going to face. But we know the boundary is hunger. We also know we can't overeat. We cannot eat past full. We cannot eat more than our body wants. And finding that line is a learning process, but that's a hard line. That line, we stop when we are politely full. We eat when we are hungry. Now, what else? Well, how do you want to eat? This is the work I do with my clients. This is the kind of thing we create together. I want to eat mostly this way. And I want to make exceptions if there's a birthday party or if I go out on date night or we're going to and I live this kind of lifestyle and it's really, really busy and I can only do this amount of cooking. Okay, great. So we create a plan, and that's what you need. You need a basic structure that fits your life, not the diet you pulled off the internet that was somebody else's life who does not live anything like you, who doesn't have the challenges and the responsibilities that you have. Not that diet, yours. What's your plan? So creating that plan with a goal in mind, with a reason, like we talked about last week, is what you need to get moving towards the goal. Remember, you're the hero in this story. You're the one who has the reason that is why you want to solve your weight loss problem. Like why? Remember, if you're the hero and you want to get there, why do you want to get there? What's going to happen? What's going to be possible after you solve this problem? And then what's your basic idea about how you're going to get there? What do you know you have to do to have some structure, some boundaries, some guidance, some direction? Moana knew she had to go in a certain direction to find Maui. She didn't know exactly, but she had an idea. And that's where you are. Which direction are you going to go? You're going to use the boundaries of hunger and fullness? Are you going to create a particular style of eating? How are you going to fit it in your life? That's your direction. Now, the details, we're going to come up against obstacles along the journey, but those we solve when we hit them. To get started, you got to have a basic plan. What is it going to be for you? Okay, so that is this week's lesson. You are the hero creating your plan to go forward. You're not going forward with no direction. So what's your direction? Okay, so the next video, the next week's class, this one, we're going to talk about one of your superpowers that a lot of us put in the background or we don't apply for ourselves. We leverage it for others, but we don't leverage it for ourselves. And really, we need it. We've got to have it to go forward and be successful at permanent weight loss. That short-term stuff, what we do most of the time for our tactic of losing weight, we go in hard, we go in committed, and we beat ourselves down. And when we make a mistake and we don't stay on track or do whatever, we whip ourselves, we talk bad, we tell ourselves to suck it up and deal, handle it, you're smarter than this, you can do it, and you know, why are you doing stupid stuff that you know you can, all that kind of stuff. We're not doing that anymore, because that is short term. That is temporary. That is diet mentality, and that will not get you permanent weight loss. So next week, we're talking about the superpower of compassion and why that makes the difference for permanent weight loss. I'm Dr. Andrea Christian Parks. I will see you in the next week. Oh, and if you haven't heard already, there's webinars and an opening to the course coming up. Right now, the signups are coming up for my webinar, Weight Loss Without Willpower. This is extra help for you, and I want you to sign up, and I want you to be there, and I want you to get this free help, because I'm giving this whole class, longer than these little videos can be, so that you can get extra equipment for your journey. Now, Moana took equipment. She didn't take a lot, but she had some things, some tools with her, and that is what my webinar will give you, is tools for your permanent weight loss journey. So go to my website, www.drandreachristianparks.com. Make sure you're on my email list by signing up for my ebook. or signing up for the webinar, get registered for the webinar, and that way you will know every detail, every update that comes about all of the resources that I'm offering for you to win and be the hero of this journey. All right, I will see you next week. Bye.